Right then, time to hit the next part of this build for the Cerastus Knight. And what we're going on to is kind of the hips now. So I'll just start off. Then we need the bee sprue, and it's nice and simple. We need these big, chunky hips coming on out. So number 2 and then number 1 over here. I really do need to get my knight out of the box that it's stored in at the moment, because I want to see how these compare as it starts building. Now, which way does this go together? Like so. Tidy, eh? As you can see, I've run out of my Games Workshop glue, so I'm using this now, which is well, let's just say it's a fast running this one. A significant amount is going to end up on my fingers instead of the model. Not what I want. I might actually just squeeze some into my... That probably might be a good idea, actually, just to empty that into my Games Workshop pot. That might work, isn't it? That might make my life a lot simpler. Probably should have done this off camera, but never mind. There we go. That should hopefully make my life so much simpler. See if this works. Hope it works. Shouldn't be an issue anyway. Now this is dried up. I need to. There we go. All good. Right. Excellent. Okay. Now I need B3. This is one of these days where I should have plotted this out in advance so it was easier for myself, but no, I decided just to think, I thought, oh, this will be an easy one, this, so I don't need to plot it all out. B3. Still haven't decided if this is going to be for Horus or the Imperium. No, I think because I've already got my knight done up in my other knight done up in the loyalist, a loyalist of a forest world. I think this is going to have to be a traitor one, but I don't know. I'm stuck because I like the idea of just getting a few more knights for my loyalist factions. I don't know, because I don't like my traitor stuff to just be I need to convert them to make them slightly more chaotic. Not corrupted chaotic, just chaotic aligned. Right, what's next? 4 and 5. There's number 5. In fact, you know what I might do? Ooh, now, quite a while ago, I sold them, unfortunately, my war dogs, my Slaneshi corrupted war dogs. But I might do, maybe I'll do this in that colour. Right, let's have a look here. So number 5 goes on that side there. Then get number 4 out. See, on the diagram, pieces look very small, but when you actually get hold of them, they're a lot bigger. It's very deceiving, the actual piece of paper, about how big the parts are. And I think this is because this is naturally taller than the regular knights. Therefore, the limbs look thinner. So it kind of makes me think more of the war dogs and warglaive. Yeah, the warglaive. As far as size, like style. So I think psychologically, I just assume that it's smaller than it really is because of that. Okay, B6. For here. And I think that's why I keep thinking this is smaller, and then I'm shocked at the size of the pieces, and it's because it's got more the proportions of a war dog in style. That's my take on it anyway. I haven't had a war dog in my hand for a while though, so again that could just be me kind of imagining things. Now number 7. It's this one here. Now, as you all kind of probably have worked out by this point, I'm not particularly feeling inclined to glue this together with the legs at the moment, just purely because what I'm trying to do with this from a building point of view is give myself the ability later on to change some of the positionings, and even things like this I don't really want to commit to a particular pose yet. But again, you know, if you want to start gluing this together, this is how you start doing it. So you kind of start putting them here and then the other leg on the other side. I said I can't do that at the moment because I'm not set on a particular decision with the leg poses. I want to be able to change them to basically do whatever I like. It's always a bit of a difficulty when I'm doing videos like this, because I'm trying to do a how to build video, but there's massive parts of it I'm not in any position to show you yet. But you know, that's a straight leg, so you can see here you can kind of do a straight leg setup, or you can angle. Let me check here. So you can have a forward striding. I'm pretty certain as well that we could go for a wider stride if we wanted to, like so. Now, I said, because I don't know how I want to pose this, that's something that I'm not sure I want to commit to at this stage. However, what we can do is we can at least start preparing the actual feet for this thing, for when I am ready to actually dedicate myself to a pose. So, heading over to the A's again, and we've got, as you can see here, quite a lot of toes. And what we need to begin with is these 14 here, and a 13, which is I'll find it. It's here somewhere. I know for a fact it's here somewhere. Wheresoever here it is. It's this little one here. And you know, I don't need to show you how to do both feet because, well, they're the same on both sides. Now, as you can see, this just should quite happily, let me get this positioning right. So this goes this way and then this pops on top. I don't think it really matters which way you do it because it seems to be a universal join. And now what we need to do is we need to get out our number 15, which is this very big toe here. Again, I'm kind of looking at this, the way it clicks together, and it does feel like, you see, that's got a lot of flexibility in that joint. Literally to a point where I believe that you could really go for a lot of different positions if you put the legs in the right place. Again, it's problematic because on one side I'm a great believer in doing my how to build videos, but on the other side I'm going to make plans to pose this at the end. So because I want freedom to pose, it's not really in my interest to glue anything at the moment. And I'm not going to. I'm just going to basically show you how it slots together in a very basic way, but I'm not going to glue it, so that I've got the ability to pose it later on however I want. Because when it comes to these bigger models, I'm pretty certain, or at least I hope, that anyone who's following me building these bigger models is themselves hoping to create, well, more dynamic models, I suppose. You're willing to be a bit more patient, that I'm, you know, eventually going to show you how I put it all together in a, I suppose, a more dynamic form. I'm not going to pretend that I'm all about, you know, doing a modelling masterclass. I wish I could. Maybe I will one day. Maybe I'll gain the skills one day that I can start doing modelling masterclasses. That would actually be wonderful if I got to that skill level. Right. So this is how it kind of all goes together. But the way that this feels, the way that the positioning and the movement of it, I definitely believe that I can do more with it than just a foot. Okay, and then this, of course, this goes into here, and as you can see, it's going to be able to be positioned quite well depending on how I've done everything else. So that is the intention anyway. One thing that is going to dictate how much wiggle room this thing has to be positioned, including the leg as well, is these piston parts here. So let me just show you what's going on with these piston parts so you can understand maybe what my thinking is almost, and where I hope to go with this in the long run. So I'm just going to pop out one of these number 18s, and somewhere we should also have a number 17. And there's four of these in total that, in fact, I think there's 8 of them in total that need putting together. But I'm hoping that when you see some of the logic that I'm going for, so these need gluing, I'm pretty certain of it. So let's glue this part together. And I'll show you what I mean now about how we do have quite a bit of freedom about how we position things. So we got this, and then we're going to get ourselves one of these number 19 pistons. And then we don't glue this, so, you know, what we do is we let it run free. So make sure you've not got any glue on the inside of that leaked in, that'll end up causing problems. And again, it's all about how this will position. So let me show you what's going to happen with this. You can see it goes in there, and then they go there. Now that free rolling piston, again, this is why I'm saying, you know, like, I don't want to glue things at the moment, because I want to really choose how I'm going to position it. It's got a huge amount of freedom in its movement, as you can see, so it's not a small thing, is it, really? In fact, do you know what? Now that I see this, part of me feels, yeah, it's like, it's crazy, isn't it? It's got so much wiggle room that it's unbelievable. But I think part of the problem is that I can't glue one end in until I've committed to a particular setup, but that's why I'm not gluing these things. Anyway, so you'll be making 8 of these in total. And there's other things that I won't go into on this video because I'm heading into 20 minutes now, but there's other little things to create, like where are we now, like things like these ones, 20, 21 and 22, and they're a shorter type of piston. I'm not sure where they go at the moment. They look like they go underneath the leg area, so basically, you know, I'll throw one together quickly and then you can kind of see, if nothing else, how it goes together. Again, this gets glued. Oh, it's dried up. It's so hot at the moment, it's drying things up quickly. Like so. And again, you got that kind of sliding piston set up. And then that over here allows a bit of freedom about how the leg goes. But again, part of me feels like if you're willing to take the risk and really, you know, really try and think about how everything's positioned, how you want the leg to be. You know, if you, again, you could potentially have it, looks like it's got a lot of freedom to extend outwards. So again, for me, no way I'm gluing this at this stage because I'm not certain about how I want it yet. Anyway, I'll leave it at that for this video. And then I will simply make the rest that I need to make off screen, so that when we come back around again, we're looking at basically, hopefully, I can start to think about how I'm going to actually position it all to make it more dynamic. So there we go. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.